All right, what is going on, Pacer Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice Pacers. Sorry, guys, I've been kind of MIA recently. Just been getting over a sickness, as you can tell in my voice. Not 100% over it quite yet, but definitely on the mend. So I do appreciate any thoughts and prayers you have there when it comes to recovery, because it's definitely been rough in some areas. But nonetheless, have been monitoring what the Indiana Pacers have been doing this past week. And, the Pacers right now on a 3-game winning streak. There's a lot here coming up for the Pacers, a lot of potentially good stuff for them, and a lot of opportunity. Now, there's only 2 games left here in the 2023-2024 regular season for the Indiana Pacers. Right now, Indiana still is in that number 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. There's a game they're playing on Friday and a game that they are playing on Sunday at Cleveland on Friday against the Cavaliers, and then back at home versus the Hawks to close out the season. And so it's definitely interesting to kind of see how the Pacers have been looking as of recent. There's been obviously a lot going on when it comes to them, and they've been able to put together some pretty good wins here recently. And I say some pretty good wins. Obviously beating a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder is always a good one, but taking care of business against the Miami Heat, even though they almost came back and beat you, still taking care of business is definitely a great thing. And then beating a team that has given you some struggles this year in the Toronto Raptors, even though they are not a good team this year. We know the notorious struggle the Pacers have had this year against some of these teams that, frankly, they should have beaten by a lot more. But the Pacers are able to take care of business, like I mentioned earlier, on a 3-game win streak right now, and 2 games left to go here in the regular season. And when you look at the Eastern Conference standings right now, what's crazy to me is not only are there 4 teams here within a game and a half of each other, but the crazy thing is there are 3 teams from 4 to 6 where the Pacers are that only have a game difference between the two, right? Obviously, Indiana right now in the 6th seed with a 46-34 record. The Magic right there with them in the 5th seed with a 46-34 record. So the exact same record. The Magic have lost 2 straight. And then you got the Cavaliers with a 47-33 record. Like I mentioned, Indiana playing Cleveland on Friday. And so they have a really good chance here when you look at it to do something pretty interesting here. So it's going to be quite interesting thing to see what they end up doing here. Can they take care of business? Can they, finish out the season well? Obviously, this Cleveland game is going to be massive if they are wanting to go up in the standings, but I think they have a realistic chance to get up to 4 if they can take care of business, if they can finish out and ride this winning streak out to 5 to finish out the regular season. And if they can do that, I think there's a great chance that they could potentially go to 4, maybe to 3, although New York is a little bit ahead of them right now. I mentioned like a game and a half ahead of them. So it would have to take Indiana winning out and a team like New York losing out, which again, I don't know if that's going to necessarily happen, but it still could. There's still that possibility that it could. But again, regardless, they have a chance here to really kind of control their own destiny in a lot of ways, and obviously let the other stuff kind of play itself out. But I think if they at least win one of these final 2 games, there's no doubt they're going to be in the playoffs. But I think they have a great chance to even improve where their seeding is. Now, again, it does come down to who do you want to play, who do you match up against, all that stuff. But I wanted to make a quick kind of video here kind of talking about this because I think it is quite interesting, the fact that now that they are riding that 3-game winning streak, and there are some of these teams like the Orlando Magic now who have been struggling as of recent, and some of these other teams that have been inconsistent, that they really have a good chance here to do some good things. And so we'll see how it ends up here on Friday in Cleveland, see if they can take care of business. And if they're able to do that, who knows? Maybe they could go all the way up to the number 4 seed. And obviously, if a team like Orlando continues to lose, that definitely will be in their favor as well. But just wanted to make a quick video with some thoughts here. Let me know your guys' thoughts as well. I'm interested to hear that. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, guys, go Pacers.